Alright, Shalom. First of all, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this article where the headline reads, Taiwan evacuates thousands ahead of tropical storm after deaths in the Philippines. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and the Lord's will you're edified. It says Taiwan evacuated more than 3,000 people from vulnerable areas and closed schools and offices on Tuesday ahead of the arrival of tropical storm Feng Wang, which killed at least 25 people and displaced more than 1.4 million in the Philippines. Feng Wang was earlier classified as a typhoon, but is losing intensity as it approaches Taiwan, where it is expected to make landfall Wednesday afternoon or evening near the southwestern port city of Kaohsiung. On Tuesday morning, the storm had maximum sustained winds of up to 67 miles per hour and gusts of 85 miles per hour and is expected to sweep across the island and exit from its northeastern side Wednesday evening or early Thursday, Taiwan's weather agency said. More than 3,300 people from 4 counties and cities have been evacuated near the eastern township of Guangfu, where flooding from a typhoon in September caused a barrier lake to overflow, killing 18 people. Schools and offices were closed on Tuesday in Hualien and Yilan counties, while weather authorities issued a land warning covering south and southwestern areas, including Kaohsiung, Pingtung County, Tainan, and Taitung. China activated an emergency typhoon response for its southeastern provinces. Feng Wang slammed into the Philippines' northeastern coast from the Pacific on Sunday as a super typhoon with maximum sustained winds of 115 miles per hour and gusts of up to 143 miles per hour. The 1,800 kilometer or 1,100 mile wide storm killed at least 18 people in flash floods and landslides in several northern provinces. More than 1 million people remained displaced Tuesday, including 803,000 sheltering in 11,000 evacuation centers across the northern Luzon region. The dead included 19 who mostly died in landslides in the Cordillera, a 6-province and sparsely populated mountain region long vulnerable to land and mudslides during the rainy season that starts in June. Alejandro and provincial officials said, adding 2 villagers remain missing in the region. Said the others died due to flash floods, exposed electrical wires, and a collapsed house. They said, and added that 29 were injured in the onslaught. Among the dead were 3 children whose houses were buried in 2 separate landslides in the mountainous province of Nueva Vizcaya that injured 4 others, while a landslide in nearby Kalinga province killed 2 villagers, officials said. It's not mass casualty in one place, Alejandro said Tuesday, adding several people were killed in separate landslides. The Philippines and Taiwan are battered each year by several typhoons and storms, and also and are also in a region vulnerable to earthquakes. Yeah, so the Lord is constantly bringing judgment upon that region and upon those people. And these typhoons, these hurricanes, these flash floods, mudslides, earthquakes, all of these events are signs of the times, signs that we are living in the last days. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And when you look up the definition of perilous, it means full of danger or risk. And clearly, with the storms and the tempests and the fires and the earthquakes, just those three alone, time, you can tell that we are in some very dangerous times. The tornadoes, the hurricanes, the typhoons, the fires, the earthquakes, all the destruction and death that has been caused and continues to be caused by these events. And like it says in Psalms 9 and 16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hegion Selah. In Psalm 79 and 6, it says, pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name. Out there in the Philippines and in Taiwan, those people, for the most part, I would say, because I'm sure that there are Israelites out there, but for the most part, those people are not calling on the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. They're out there doing whatever wickedness they're out there doing. So the Lord is bringing judgment upon them. Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And these are exactly the type of events that we see. Every time you turn around, there's a tornado, there's a hurricane, there's a typhoon, there's flash floods, there's mudslides and landslides, there's earthquakes, there's some type of wildfire or brush fire or just some type of devastating, devouring fire taking place. And these are forms of the Lord visiting this world and bringing judgment upon wicked people. Isaiah 28 and 2, behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And that's what's happening. The Lord is sending these destroying storms. Storms that destroy homes, storms that cause power outages, storms that cause mudslides and landslides and flash floods, storms that kill people. This is the judgment of the Heavenly Father. Psalms 11 and 6, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. And when you look up the definition of tempest, it means a violent windy storm, such as hurricanes or tornadoes. And the Lord is definitely bringing those violent windy storms. He's bringing the tornadoes and the hurricanes and the typhoons. And as we get closer to winter, the Lord's going to start sending blizzards into certain places, particularly, in areas that get blizzards and get snow. So Psalms 83:14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And that's exactly what the Heavenly Father is doing. Just non-stop dishing out storms and tempests throughout the world, causing a lot of destruction and a lot of deaths. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And with these judgments, the Lord kills and wounds many people on a daily basis. And the number of people that get wounded and killed via the judgments of the Lord is going to continue to increase. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's right, because there really is not anything that you can do when the Lord unleashes his storms, tempests, fires, and earthquakes upon a certain country, island, city, town, neighborhood. There's nothing that people can do. People can try to get out of the way, but they can only do that if the Lord puts the Spirit on them to get out of the way. And a lot of people, they don't leave because they don't have anywhere to go. So they just hunker down wherever they are and hope that they make it through, that they can survive. But see, through his judgments, the Lord is going to force all the people to acknowledge him and to fear him. Because a lot of people don't fear the Lord. A lot of people don't even acknowledge the Heavenly Father or his Son. So the Lord, he's going to force people to. He's going to beat these people into submission via his judgments that he's continuously pouring out upon the earth and upon these people. Like it says in Isaiah 48:22, there is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. That's why it's just daily judgments happening. Because these wicked people, they have to be punished for their wickedness. They have to be punished for provoking the Heavenly Father unto wrath. These people have to reap what they have sown. And that's what we see happening with these judgments. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.